You just saw Apollo and Heidi eat their evening meal while we had loud firework displays on our TV. So that is the end result of dogs that are properly desensitized to loud noises and used to being around them. However, getting a dog desensitized to firework sounds or other loud noises is not just about playing the noises over and over for them to hear. Hello, welcome. I'm Bee with Modern Canine Vlog, and today's video is about getting your dog over the fear of fireworks. Desensitizing a dog to the sound refers to a method by which the dog is going to be exposed to the sound that induces fear at very, very low levels. However, it is very important that prior to starting this type of training, we first bring the dog into a completely calm and relaxed state. The goal of this exercise is to have the dog start to associate the sound with a calm state of mind. So the most important thing is to be sure that your dog is in a calm state, and so are you. So what I would like you to do is just find a place in your home where you can relax, kick up your feet, take a book, and have your dog right next to you. Or if you have a smaller dog like Heidi, maybe you have him right here next to you on the couch. The important thing is that you do want to put your dog on a leash. When we've introduced the sound, we don't want the dog to be able to just leave the room or run away. We want him to stay with us. But it's very important that the dog remains in a calm state throughout the entire exercise. I'm sure you can tell by your dog's body language if he or she is relaxed. Another good way to see if a dog is feeling comfortable is to offer them a treat and see if they will eat it. Dogs that are in distress will usually not eat. Once both you and your dog are completely comfortable and relaxed, it's time to introduce the sound. You can do this either with your smartphone or on your smart TV. Introduce the sound at very, very low levels at first. In fact, you might not be able to hear the sound at all. Watch your dog's body language closely and increase the sound only as much as the dog remains comfortable. So I'm going to ask the owner to just hold the leash, but obviously nicely and loose. We just don't want Savannah to have the opportunity to jump off. And then we're going to introduce the sound. The big thing and the one thing that's very, very important is a lot of times when our dogs are in distress, we tend to want to pet them and tell them everything is okay. And that's very important here for the owner not to do. We don't want her to pet Savannah or give her attention when Savannah is showing distress. If Savannah remains in this state of mind where she's relaxed, her ears are forward, we can encourage her with "you're a good girl," and we might even give her a little bit of a treat. But as soon as she shows us the distress where she's starting to become afraid, we're actually going to take away our attention to her, and we're just going to be completely relaxed. And that's why I usually tell people, get a book. Just sit somewhere. You don't want to be focused on your dog. You want to just, you are relaxed. You might have a conversation with somebody else because we just want her to be in that relaxed energy. And whenever we give her that focus, even if we're not talking to her, she feels that we're looking at her and watching her. So that's the big thing. So I actually have this queued up here. I'm going to start it. And at first, basically it's just running in the background. There's no noise, and we can see Savannah is still completely relaxed. So I'm going to bring the noise up a little. So she still looks very relaxed. So this is pretty good because this is the noise of fireworks. So it's a real firework. You might be able to hear it a little bit. But she's still very relaxed right now, which you can tell a good girl.
That's a good girl, Savannah. So, you're a good girl.
Perfect. So as she's being praised, I'm going to turn this up a little. So she's interested in the noise, but we can see she's actually not responding fearful right now. So again, we're going to tell her, good girl.
Good girl, you're
Such a good dog. Such a good girl. Look at the ears being up. So if she were distressed, her ears would be basically back on the head. She would start to want it. Oh, look at that. There was a...
You're so good.
Very good. Very good. So she's looking around. She's actually looking at the TV, which I think is interesting because she's probably used to sometimes these types of noises might be coming from the TV. So she's trying to figure out right now, where's this coming from? Go ahead and offer her a treat for me.
You're so good.
Because what I want to see is if she's still, look at that, very nice. She's still taking the treat. This is perfect. So we've got the banging and the clanging going on here. I got it at very, very low volume. We can probably hear it. I'm not sure if the camera is picking it up. The dog is definitely hearing it, but she is completely calm. Now, when you do this desensitizing, this is really where you would want to stay for a little bit, right?
Okay.
So we wouldn't want to go, don't want to press it further, but I am just going to take it up a little bit more here. Good girl, Savannah.
She can still hear it.
Good girl, Savannah. Good girl. Go ahead and offer her another treat. She's still in a very nice, relaxed state. So what I want you to see here, and this is actually very unusual for Savannah. Normally she'd be already out of the room. The reason why this worked is because we had her in a completely calm state first. So we didn't try to put her in a calm state while she was in the distressed state, which is usually what happens, right? When the fireworks start, the dog starts to show that they're in a distressed state, and then we try to calm them down. And that's very difficult to do because the dog is already distressed. But when we start from a calm state, and that's why this exercise is so important for her. She's getting a little distressed right now. I can see the ears going back a little. But she's not completely afraid, right? So we'll continue to tell her she's a good girl. And the nice thing is, as long as she's taking food, we know that she's not getting into a panicked state. A dog that is completely panicked will not take food. So it's very, very important not to increase the volume too soon. Once we find the level at which the dog is still comfortable, we want to continue to work at this particular level. But we can change up our exercises. So we continue with the same level of volume, but now we may offer a chew toy to the dog, or we may feed them their food at this particular level. I suggest that you work with your dog several times a week and keep your training sessions very short. So you might want to do 5 to 10 minutes, either working with your dog with just sitting relaxed on the couch, offering a chew toy, or feeding their food. Only once your dog has been comfortable to work at this level for several weeks would I increase the volume and see if the dog is still comfortable at higher volumes of the noise. Another thing that you can do, you can find different recordings, so it's not always the same sequence of noise that the dog listens to, and that will show you whether or not your dog is actually becoming desensitized to the noise. Behavior modification does take time, so you do not want to press to the next level of volume until your dog is completely relaxed and shows you that he's not afraid. I hope you enjoyed the video today, and hopefully you and your dog will be able to work through his or her fears of fireworks. If you like this video, please like and share it, and check out our YouTube channel. Until next time, keep your paws on the road.